Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to some more EVE Online, and I'm going to do a little bit of mining, but first let's quickly take care of this Serpentis initiate here that is being a little bit annoying by staying in my belt. So he's gone. Let's abandon the wreck, no need for that. Let's see, got a couple of half decent Azure Plagioclasse. And what's that? The Scordite one. Why the hell not? That'll work. So let's get to some mining. And you may have noticed, but I've been taking it easy, EVE Online related, in the last few days. Basically, I'm recharging the batteries. It's about 1 month until we have EVE Online Rubicon coming out. And I'm pretty sure that I'll have to... that I'll be playing a lot of EVE Online at that point, trying to discover all the new stuff, making videos about that, testing out the new ships and all of that. So yeah, I'm taking it easy, but there are some, I think, interesting news items that I would like to quickly cover. So let's start actually with story related stuff. So you can always go to the news channels and then world news to get some in-game stuff. And we have a report that wreckage of Heth's escort was found in Ivonen. So Heth has been a fugitive for some time now. In fact, people from the live events channel have been organizing roams around the Black Rise region in frigates and destroyers in order to try and locate him. But now it turns out that the Kaldari Navy recovered the wreckage of the fugitive fleet believed to have been escorting Tybus Heth in Ivonen. Early this morning, the wrecks were devoid of bodies despite numerous unused escape pods and signs of prolonged struggle and firefight. According to the Navy's report, it appears the ships were attacked with energy weapons and then boarded. What happened after that is unknown, as the ship computers were destroyed by an EM pulse, which appears to have been powerful and artificial. Numerous personal effects confirmed to belong to high-ranking members of the Provost have been recovered from the wreckage, including a pocket watch reportedly prized by Tybus Heth himself in the wreck of a Raven Navy issue. So it looks like he's been ambushed. Tybus Heth and his escort have been ambushed, quickly overpowered, and that all the bodies have been taken. So it's still a lot of speculation on what this actually means and what happened. Some people believe it might have been the Sancha, which I think is possible considering energy weapons and an EM pulse. It might just be something that the Sancha have been doing. On top of that, there was an incursion just 1 or 2 jumps out from that system. So it's entirely possible, but it could be something else as well. And to me, this feels a little bit like the first step on the storyline to go towards Rubicon. So this could actually have serious impact on the story of EVE Online, and this could just be the first step in that. I think this, in my opinion, is going to end up being related to the Sisters of Eve deploying their first ships and making them available to the Capsuleers. Yeah, to finding out more about everything that's been happening. It might just be sleeper related as well. We don't really know, but yeah, it's very interesting and very exciting. It might also mean that we could see a few live events before, or I would say at least one live event before the expansion actually hits. So if you like those, there are some new channels to keep an eye out. First one here is called Out of Character, where the devs will actually talk out of character, and then the other one is Intergalactic Summit, where you have to use in-character chat. But these will be used by the devs in case a live event is there. And so yeah, if you're interested in them, I'd say keep an eye on them. Now let's quickly grab another asteroid for my drones to take care of, and then maybe target something else that I could do. And then let's go over to a dev blog, which is pretty interesting. We already knew that this was coming, but we have a full dev blog on the siphon units in Rubicon, and here we have a nice picture of one as well. So you can deploy this close, I think it was within 50 kilometers of a POS, and then it will automatically siphon stuff from moon mining and from some of the alchemical boss additions that there are. Now, interestingly enough, I don't think I should go over all of the details, but the cost would be around 10 to 20 million, something like that. This will be a small version, only 20 cubic meters, so even a frigate could carry several of those, and with the cloaky ship you could just very easily go right outside of the bubble, deploy a few, and then get the hell out. So they're pretty cheap. You can carry them in a frigate, and on top of that, just 2 of them can completely neutralize all the production from a moon mining setup. So that's actually very interesting. They're very powerful. They're gonna be used a lot as harassment tools, I'm sure. Also, all the metagaming and politics that are possible with this, where you have renters that can claim that everything is fine, but siphon moons from their overlords themselves, stuff like that. I think it's going to be very interesting. If you want to be entertained a little bit, then I'd say go over to the comments section. You've got a lot of goons complaining about this feature, which is actually a little bit surprising. I mean, either the goon swarm and the CFC has become so bloated that there's a lot of vocal people that aren't really in the spirit of goons that have joined there just to be on the winning side. Either that, or this is actually goons complaining, and then, well, either way they're no longer what they used to be. Because the old goons from when I started playing EVE Online would have cheered such a harassment tool, such a metagaming scamming tool on quite a lot, but there's a lot of complaining from that side, which is a little bit surprising, but alright, it is what it is. And yeah, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. In fact, I could even see us do something like that, just with 4 guys. In a cloaky ship, wait for a, gather some of these siphon units, wait for a wormhole to go to nullsec, and then just go there for like a week or so, try and siphon off some of these moons, take a little bit of profit, and then get the hell back out. This is very much possible with these deployable siphon units, and yeah, they're gonna be very interesting, I think. On top of that, also, so I already said that you could carry them in frigates. They're very cheap, and just 2 of them can basically steal everything from a moon mining setup. On top of that, they will also always cost a certain portion of the production. I think it's 20% or something like that. So let's say that your moon mines 100 units over 1 hour, and this siphon unit takes 60 of those. It will only net 40 of them to be taken from its cargo space, and 20 of them will be lost irrevocably. So this, just putting them there and not going the next step of always trying to gather all of those resources will actually also hurt the income of these alliances and of these moons. So that's of course very interesting. The one thing that I sort of agree with what the goons are complaining about is that the API, so information that people can gather about bosses and stuff, will actually lie about whether or not there is a siphon unit on one of their bosses that is moon mining. So basically it will always give the total production numbers, and it will not show how much is actually in the cargo of the boss itself, but it will so yeah, it's basically going to lie about that, and that's of course not a good precedent, but I guess the other alternative would simply be to no longer give out the information entirely, and I think of the two, this is the lesser of two evil, but I do agree that this is a bit of a weird precedent that CCP has to be very careful about, that it's actually starting to put out false information or inaccurate information in the API. You know, I understand that I have to put some restrictions there, but it's something they have to be very careful about. But on all the other complaints, I'm hearing them, how the hell am I supposed to protect against that? You know, you have to do regular patrols and all of that. It's a little bit like someone in ISIC complaining that they have to keep an eye on local and descan if they want to be somewhat sure not to get suicide ganged. So yeah, that's a little bit out of place for the goons. So not really sure, have the goons changed so much, or is this just people that are not actually in that right spirit, that have joined the winning side and are now once again feel that that their easy ISK is being threatened by the siphon unit? I don't know. But yeah, it's a very interesting dev blog. I think it's going to be a very interesting module with a lot of grief, a lot of tears, and a lot of conflict as well. And if you want to be entertained a little bit, just go to the comments of this dev blog. I'm sure you'll have a good laugh at some of the stuff that's being said there as well. Anyways, there you go, guys. A very quick video about some EVE related news. I'm taking it easy at the moment, recharging the batteries, and then I'll be ready to go all out for EVE Online Rubicon, which I'm looking forward to very much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.